Okay, now we're on top three. Three people you consider to be geniuses. Amy, my mom, and Justin, my bird. Three inventions you consider to be ingenious. The toilet, the car, and shampoo. Your three favorite childhood toys and games. Monopoly, Life, and Candyland. Three words you use often when speaking. Whatever. Yeah, right. Okay. Three sounds that disturb you. Nails on a chalkboard. Even thinking about it. Silverware scraping on a plate. And the feel of cotton balls. Three lessons you have learned the hard way. Credit card bills. Sex. And leaving everything till the last minute. I guess I changed that. Three things you would never do. Jump off a bridge. Do any more drugs. Or abandon my kids. Three charities or people whom you would donate money to. Breast cancer, abused children and women, and Stroke Society. Three things you would not allow your children to do. Drugs, beat up people, or be in a gang. Three things you have done in your life that you regret. Have sex with the wrong people, smoking, and not living life more to its fullest. Three things you are thankful for. That I'm adopted, that I am me, and Brian.
Okay, now we're on wishes and dreams. Your dream is to become a famous photographer or model. Your hope is to be in a marriage that will last forever. Didn't happen. If you had the talent or the opportunity, you would sing. Something you wish you could learn with a snap of a finger, the language Spanish. Something you wish you could change about your life, that I would have a normal, happy life. Something you wish you could change about yourself. Some of my appearances. You wish you had been born in a different race. No. You wish you'd been born into a different religion. No. You wish you had been born into the opposite sex. No. Someone's diary you would have loved to read. Brian's, if he had done one. Three qualities your ideal man or woman should possess. Caring, supportive, and honest. Three qualities your ideal relationship should have. Trust, good communication, and honesty. You want to retire at the age of 50 or younger. How you plan to spend the last years of your life traveling and being with loved ones. How would you like to spend the last minutes of your life being with my family and friends? For your last dinner, you would like to invite 5 people, and I put Brian, my mom, my dad, Amy, and Ryan Morehouse. The menu for your last dinner might be appetizer, chips and salsa, main course, baby back ribs, and dessert, New York cheesecake. At your funeral, you want people to remember you as someone that always had a smile on her face and someone that tried to put one on others. Someone who should not, under any circumstances, speak at your funeral. Any of my exes, unless it's Brian. Someone you would like to have speak at your funeral, Amy and Brian. A dream you had more than once, Brian breaking up with me or cheating on me. Something you dreamed that later happened or turned out to be true. Any deja vu dream.
Okay, now we're on emotions. The emotion you tend to hide the most, embarrassment. The emotion you seem to experience the most, funny. The predominant emotion you have experienced lately, crying out of control. A moment when you achieved absolute happiness. I didn't answer it. I guess I wasn't happy then. You have a great amount of guilt regarding smoking. You would feel envious right now if I if I became completely happy, well, I guess I've been wanting that for a long time. A piece of music that makes you sentimental. The Titanic's My Heart Will Go On. The music reminds me of my grandma. You are happy. When you are happy, you need to laugh. When you are sad, you need to cry. When you are sentimental, you need to be alone. When you are angry, you need someone to say it will be okay. When you are in love, you need affection. When you are lonely, you need a hug. You would jump up and down and shout with joy right now if someone told you, I won the lottery. The last time you were very angry was when Brian and I got in a fight. I put the date, June 5th, 99. The last time you cried uncontrollably was the same date when Brian and I got into a fight. The moment in your life when your emotions froze and you absolutely felt nothing when I first found out my grandma died. Someone you genuinely makes or has made me happy, Brian and Amy. Something that makes you happy, Disneyland. You get angry with yourself when you have had a bad hair day. Someone or something that made you laugh this week, Brian, because he tickled me. Write the colors that match the following emotions for you. Fear, white. Happiness, yellow. Anger, black. Jealousy, red and yellow. Love, red. Sadness, blue. Guilty, guilt, brown. And loneliness, gray.
Now we're on to memories. The earliest memory, I remember going to Disneyland for the first time. When you were a child, you believed in Santa Claus. Do you still believe in this? No. Your first kiss, when it was 6th grade, 1990-91 year. Jason Rosenberg's room. With whom? Brady Whitlofer. The first time you fell in love, April 7th, 1995. Where? In my house. With whom? Brian. The last time you fell in love, the same as above. With whom? I thought that was the last. Describe your first paying job. Telemarketer at Telecom. Describe your best paying job. McLean Motor Company cashier / receptionist. And I was between 18 and present at that time. The most vivid child memory, the feeling when I found out I had sisters. You were haunted of the memory of Celeste. The memory that still makes you laugh, how Brian and I got together. A person who was exceptionally kind to you, Brian or Amy, and a person who made you miserable for a long time, Ed. One of your most peaceful memories, any time in Hawaii. Your best birthday, any birthday in junior high. One of your most tragic memories, parents splitting up. One of your most jealous moments when Celeste came into the picture when I was with Brian. One of your angriest memories when Celeste was in the picture. And your worst birthday, my 20th. One of your most desperate moments when Brian and I broke up for the first time. Someone you wish you had never met, Ed. One of your most driven moments when I got my license. The memory or story you tend to exaggerate when telling others. My life story because it's so crazy. One of your most embarrassing moments, anytime when I fall down in public. A smell that reminds you of your childhood candy. An object you still own or remember vividly from your childhood, my first Winnie the Pooh. A routine you remember from your childhood, yeah, the Simona song. Cassie will get that.
Okay, now we're on choices. So sunrise or sunset? Sunset. Open or closed? Open. Sweet or sour? Sweet. Bath or shower? Shower. Sahara or Himalaya? I said Sahara. Square or circle? A circle. Dolphin or eagle? Dolphin. Fire or water? Fire. Lightning or thunder? Lightning. Old or new? New. Hot or cold? Hot. Black or white? Black. Ocean or forest? Ocean. Pepsi or Coke? Coke. Soft or hard? Soft. Dogs or cats? Dogs. Train or plane? Plane. Day and night? Night. Yesterday or tomorrow? Tomorrow. Leaves or roots? Leaves. Red or blue? Red. Left or right? Right. Fast or slow? Fast.
cremation or burial, cremation. Beatles or Elvis, Beatles. Victim or criminal, criminal. I have no idea what that, okay. Blind or deaf, deaf. Even or odd, even. Women or written or out, or written or spoken, written. Sun or rain, rain. Woman or man, woman. Briefs or boxers, boxers. Pen or pencil, pen. Carpet or hardwood floor, I said hardwood floor. Earthquake or hurricane, earthquake. Horns or strings, strings. City or countryside, city. Summer or winter, summer. Vanilla or chocolate, chocolate. Horizontal or vertical, and I said vertical. Abstract or figurative, figurative. Destiny or choice, destiny. Limited or open-ended, limited. Alone or together, together. House, condominium. I said house. New York or Paris, New York. Exclamation point or question mark, exclamation. Silver or gold, silver.
Okay, fears. Things you fear, and I mark spiders, hair loss, injections, and others heights. Your greatest fear is mice. Your most fearful moment when a mouse was in the kitchen and I was on the countertop for 2 hours. A crime or natural disaster you were a victim of? None at that time. A crime or natural disaster you fear? Rape or tornado. A sickness or a disease you fear? Cancer or AIDS. A reason for which you would seriously contemplate suicide if I had one of those diseases. Your greatest fear about aging? Looking like a prune. When people first meet you, you are afraid that they will think I am annoying. A country you fear exploring? Mexico. Your greatest fear about marriage? That the man will leave for a stupid reason. Your greatest fear about having children? I will fail as a parent. Something on your mind you are afraid to share? Different things about my past in my life. A plan or project you worry you may fail, that I will not get a new job. Okay, now measuring my fears. Pet a snake? I did. Spend a week in an empty room? I would. Ride in a hot air balloon? Would not. Kill an animal? Would not. Skydive? Would not. Sing in front of a huge audience? Would not. Scuba dive? I would. Sit in a front seat of a roller coaster? I did. Deliver a baby? At that time, would not. Swim across the Amazon rivers? Would not. Change careers? I would. Disappear for a long period of time? I would. Walk through the forest alone at night? I wouldn't. Join a space mission? I wouldn't. Tell everyone what you honestly think of them? I guess back then I wouldn't. I wasn't brutally honest then. Call off your wedding? I would not. Walk naked through New York City for 10 minutes during rush hour? I would not. Walk up to Godzilla and call him a girl? I would. Disarm a bomb? I wouldn't. Clean the outside window of a skyscraper? Would not. Draw a mustache on the Mona Lisa with a permanent marker? I would not. And go on tour with Elvis Presley? I would.
So now we're on to Psyche, and it asked me to spell my name backwards. Latsyrc. Write your first and last name initials on the lines below. First initial C, last initial W. Now quickly write 5 words that begin with each initial. And I put car, cat, cut, cup, cup. Or wow, what, which, watch, which. Something that has been on my mind lately. My wedding, because I was marrying Brian back then. Something that has been on your mind for a long time. If me and Brian were meant to be, and obviously we weren't. Everything happens for a reason. I still don't know what my reason is yet. A period of time in your life when you felt protected. Anytime with Brian. A period of time in your life when you felt overprotective. When I was with Steve. I don't know why that is. A period of time in your life when you felt unprotected. When Brian was in Arizona for school. The first time you discovered power. When I was little. I guess I thought that meant electricity. I don't know. A book that has affected you the most. Chicken Noodle Soup for the Soul. The author who has affected you the most. The person who wrote that book. And a piece of music that has affected you the most. Celine Dion, anything that has to do with love. A movie that has affected you the most, and back then and it still is today, Hope Floats. The event that has affected you the most, my grandma's funeral. 3 people who have affected you the most. Mom, grandma, and I put funeral, that's not a person. Choose the one exiting book or movie title that defines you. Hope Floats. Choose one existing book or movie that defines you the most, or defines your life the most. Hope Floats. Okay, and then this one right here is, even if you don't think you can draw well, spontaneously create a self-portrait without being too serious. And this is what I did. It's kind of hard to see because I just sketched it, but yeah, my drawing sucks. My portraits are always hilarious.
Now we're on to cat and mouse. You are most comfortable spending time with one person. When you really want to get to know someone, you say or ask, "Tell me about yourself." In social situations, you tend to wait for others to introduce themselves. When you are attracted to someone, you like to be the mouse. Your most romantic experience, when Brian took me out for our 4-year anniversary. The largest age difference you have had in a relationship, 1 year and 4 months. Who was younger? He was. Okay. A person you successfully pursued in a short amount of time. Steve. A person you pursued over a long period of time and I never won him. Mike Martell. A person you unsuccessfully pursued over a long period of time. Mike Martell. Something someone said or did that you found extremely attractive. Brian rubbing his butt. Something someone said or did that you found frighteningly unattractive. Asking me to shake my chest. A saying you have heard about men or women that you believe is true. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. 2 things that are appealing about women. They're caring and sensitive. 2 things that are not appealing about women. Manners and self-centered. 2 things that are appealing about men. Protective and handsome. 2 things that are not appealing to men. Self-centered and materialistic. Your friends tend to be male and younger than I am. A physical trait you find attractive. Sense of humor. An intellectual ability that you find attractive. Reading. That's funny because I hate to read. Oh, reading women's magazines. I didn't finish it all. A personal trait that you find attractive. Sense of humor. You are irritated when people ask you about my chest. You love it when people ask you about my life. Your secret passion. Shopping. Your longest grudge between Lauren Wellman. You truly believe it is possible to be with one person for the rest of your life. Yes, and at least I still believe that and do that. You like surprises. Yes. Someone has thrown you a surprise party. No. You have been thrown a surprise party for someone. No. You regret that you never had a relationship with this person. Mike Martell. A type of person you don't seem to get along with. A guy that stares at my chest. The star sign you are most compatible with. Gemini, but that is going to change. The star sign you are at least compatible with is Pisces. Your current spouse or partner sign is Gemini. Your previous spouse or partner sign was a Cancer. You and your spouse or partner argue about this issue often, money and communication. In your relationship, you seem to make most of the decisions, and at work, you don't seem to make most of the decisions. The farthest distance you would travel now to be with someone you desire? Hawaii. The furthest distance you have ever traveled to be with someone you desired? Hawaii. What you enjoy most about having a committed relationship? They are there for you through thick and thin. Hopefully I can find the guy that does that. What you dislike about most about having a committed relationship? Not being able to flirt. But I find that you could still flirt and look, and it's okay.
Okay, now we're on to one of my favorite subjects. Like again, I think like a dude. So, sexuality. My sexiest feature, my waist. My physical feature for which you are most often complimented, my chest size. A place where you have always wanted to make love in an airplane. A wonderful place where you have made love, the beach. A strange place where you have made love, in the parking lot of a movie theater in the middle of the day in the backseat of my car. A special place on your body that when kissed or touched feels unbelievably good, a little below my belly button. And an unfulfilled sexual fantasy is 2 guys on me, but I feel that later. A fulfilled sexual fantasy. When, God, I hate to say names with this. When Brian was the dominator. A fragrance that reminds you of someone with whom you have been intimate. Car Noir cologne. The most perverted situation you have ever been in. Giving Brian oral sex while he was driving down the 5 freeway. The approximate number of sexual partners you have had. Then, under 10. You wish you had slept with, back then, fewer people. The largest age difference between you and a sexual partner, 1 year and 4 months. Was he, or who was younger? He was. The first time you achieved an orgasm, when I was 17. The person you regret sleeping with, Ed. A person you regret not sleeping with, Mike Martell. You feel most attractive when my hair is curled and my makeup is done well. A fantastic kisser you have known, Brian and Gordon. An uninhibited lover you have been with. I don't even know what that means, and if I even know what that means back then. I said Ed. The worst lover you have experienced, Ed. The book, song, or movie title that best describes your sexuality. Back then it was Sex, Lies, and Videotapes. And sex is great.
Okay, now we're on to the category if. If you had more time alone, you would sleep. If you could change anything about the world, I would change there would be no hate. If you had a plane ticket to anywhere in the world, you would visit Hawaii. If you could live anywhere in the world, you would live in Hawaii. If you could visit any time period, you would choose the 50s. If you could live in any time period, you would choose the 50s. If you could ask God one question, it would be, who is my Mr. Right? If you could, you would spend time with this famous person, Demi Moore. If you could be famous, you would like to be famous for modeling. If you could magically change one thing about your physical appearance, it would be a smaller chest size. If you were stranded on a desert island, you would want these 3 people with you: Brian, my mom, and Amy. The first thing you would do on a desert island, make love with Brian on the beach. The first thing you would do upon your return from the desert island, go back. If you could change one law, I would make abortion illegal. If you were in prison, you would spend your time writing my life story. If you could erase one memory, it would be of Ed. If you had extra money, I would quit my job. If you had $1 million, I'd buy a house. If you could choose your age of death, I chose 72. If you could bring back one person from the dead, it'd be my grandma. If you had wings, you would fly above Hawaii. If you were the queen or king of any country, I would give people freedom. If you were a plant, you would be a plumeria flower, because I love the smell. If you were a beverage or cocktail, you would be a screwdriver. If you could start all over, I would change to name. But no, I don't look at life like that. Everything happens for a reason, and every experience in life is a learning lesson, and so how could that be bad? Okay, we are on the last one. Here and now. You current philosophy is you only live life once. Something memorable that happened to you this month. Nothing really. 2 things you did today. Got lottery tickets for $75 million jackpot and went on an interview. 2 people who occupy your thoughts the most, Brian and Amy. Something you learned this week. More data entry. Something you need to learn now. More computer skills. Your most important goal right now, pay off credit cards. It would be a relief right now if I had nothing to owe on my credit cards. The best word to describe your current love life, wonderful. The best word to describe your current relationship, great. The best word to describe your current work situation, dull. The best word to describe your life, crazy. The biggest obstacle right now, planning my wedding. You are happier today than you were in the past? I said yes. The most important thing in life, Brian. The last person you said I love you to, Brian. A piece of wisdom you would pass on to your child. Live life to its fullest. Now that you have answered all the questions in the All About Me, write one more question you would like to be asked. And I put, would I trade places with anyone? And the answer to that question, Brian, because his family was cool. And is cool. I still talk to a lot of them. Or at least some social media stuff. They are still cool. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed learning about me in 1999. And that's it.